Hi, thanks for joining me. My name's Dan from Point Beyond, and today I'm going to be taking you through an expenses demo that we put together with Office 365 and Nintex Forms and Workflow for Office 365. It's a fairly basic system, but what I'm looking to show you is how easy it is to make your forms available for mobile devices. So I've got my iPhone and I've downloaded a copy of the Nintex mobile app, which is free and available from the App Store, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to modify your custom on-prem Nintex forms and make them mobile ready. So I'm doing this with an iPhone, but you can also do this with Android and Windows Mobile. So this is the site we put together. We've got an expenses claim library, and I've got a workflow that sits behind the scenes that will do the approval process. So it's going to pick up the current employee's manager once they've submitted their form and go through a multi-stage approval process. I've also created a Nintex form for the browser. So if I go to click on a new item, you can see the form that's there in place at the moment. Okay, so we haven't done any branding on this. This is Nintex forms out of the box, but obviously if you were doing your own project internally, you might want to spend a bit more time on the branding. I'm just going to run you through a form quickly just so you get an idea of how the system works before we demo it on the mobile. So I'm going to choose a month. Let's choose last month. Let's put an item. Okay, I'm going to do a return train ticket to London. I can choose a project to build this against. We've created lookup lists for all these drop downs so you can manage these yourself. Let's say it costs £23, and you can see we're totaling the amount in each for each line item. I can add multiple items on this system. Let's do another train ticket. So you can see it's totaled the amount there. So I'm going to click save, and this is going to send that through to my manager for approval. And it's going to create a task for them. And when they approve the task, I obviously get a notification to tell me that that's been done. There's also an option to return it for rework if someone puts in a ludicrous claim like this. So that's kind of the basics of how the system works out of the box. What I'm going to show you now is how quickly and easy it is to make that form ready for the mobile device. So let's go into the form designer. I'm going to click on the list drop down and go to the Nintex forms. I'm running a trial version, so you see it's going to warn me about how many days left I've got my trial. I'm just going to skip past that. Okay, so it's going to load the default form, which is the desktop form, and you can see that looks like the one we just saw. So it's exactly the same thing. You can see we've already got a couple of layouts here created for us. I'm going to select this one and delete it so we can recreate it. Okay, so now we've only got a desktop form and the Nintex mobile form. We can add multiple layouts that will work on multiple devices. So if I click on new, you can select a generic smartphone or a generic tablet, and that's for access with devices without using the mobile app. So it's a way of creating a form that would scale to the mobile phone, but without using the app. The app itself gives you a lot more functionality, so if you can, I would suggest you do download the app and use that internally. It's a brilliant feature. So there's one here for a generic one for Nintex mobile tablets. I've used this on iOS devices and it works great. So let's click on a new layout. Now Nintex knows that we've already done a lot of the hard work on the desktop layout, so it's pulled through the design as it was on the desktop layout. All we have to do is go in there and just do a quick bit of tidying up. So you can see how easy this is to create a mobile ready form without having to do lots of custom development, and you don't have to develop against 3 different software platforms. You can do it once and it'll work on all 3 mobile platforms. So I'm just going to drag out these boxes so they fit the screen a bit better. So it's going to look nice on a tablet. We finished the work on this form. It didn't take that long, took less than 5 minutes, and we've got our mobile form ready to go. So I'm going to publish this form, and you can see that we've already done a mobile layout, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So I'm going to publish this form and give you a quick demo of what that looks like on the mobile device. Okay, so I've got an app on my system that lets me mirror my phone screen. Bear with me a sec while I fire it up. Okay, so using AirServer, I'm now showing you my mobile device on my screen. So this is my work mobile phone. You can see in the top left hand corner I've downloaded a copy of Nintex Mobile. I'm going to click on this and I authenticated with this. So to set this up, I effectively put in the URL of the site, authenticated with my Office 365 credentials, and it pulled down a copy of any forms that have been published to Nintex Mobile. So what it actually does is it also caches an offline copy of the form. So not only can I fill this in when I've got good reception, but I can potentially fill this in on the tube underground or where I've got absolutely no reception because it uses a local cache copy. It will also allow me to submit it to the outbox, and it will stay in the outbox until the phone finds reception, at which point it will go through and be sent to your SharePoint list or library. So I'm going to fire up this expenses claim. You can see, much like the desktop version, it's pulled in my name and the title. I can choose a month, and then I can enter multiple line items. So I've got a train ticket here for the 2nd of October. Let's go through the list. Train ticket. I'm going to build this against project A. I'm going to say it's £21.30. So you can see I've got one entry there. I can click add and put in multiple entries, but just for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to just do the one. Another great thing about using a mobile device is you've got access to the camera. So let's click plus, and I'm actually going to take a picture of my receipt so that I can send that through for approval. So this is using my phone camera. Okay, I've taken a picture. You can see it selected it. You can have multiple pictures for multiple receipts. I'm going to choose to attach that to the document and hit submit. And you can see that it's gone to the outbox. So it's going to sit in that outbox until it's got reception, and then it's going to send it. So that should go any second now. Okay, that's gone. So I'm going to close this down and take you back to the desktop version. And let's go in and have a look at the expenses claims. Okay, so you can see how quickly that's come through. I sent it from the phone just moments ago and it's already in the list. So let's click on that and just make sure that everything's as it should be. Okay, and what I want to show you here is that you can actually see the attachment, and there you go. We've got our receipt. So that's a real simple end-to-end development of a mobile form. You can create multiple forms for various different projects, and it's a great way of saving money without having to do custom development for 3 different mobile platforms. Thanks very much. Cheers.